everybody, want to see a fun and maybe a little spooky or scary cover design idea for a junk journal? Let me show you. I have made several of these in the past, and I haven't made them in a long time, but I thought I would make them again. I was wanting to make a mysterious cover junk journal, and I thought, let me take you along for the ride. So what you need are just some basic items. You need, well, I'm going to make mine out of a repurposed book cover, some modeling paste, a stencil that you like, and I'm using a flour sack tea towel. I get these from Walmart. That's Holly in the background. Hello, Holly. Good morning. Yes, we are doing a video. And he's my African gray. And these come pristine and white, and they're made of cotton, and that means that you can dye them any color you want. You can coffee dye them. You can put them in a bowl and just swoosh around some distress ink, re-inkers, or watercolor, or whatever you have that's any form of pigment, and it will pick it up. Now, sometimes I use it just to wipe up what I'm doing, and I get some pretty tie-dye effects on it already. So this is one in the works, so it's not done yet. It's still becoming, but it's starting, and as you can see, it does pick up the colors really, really nicely. And then one that I actually played with a little bit, and the one we're going to use today, this is the mysterious. It almost looks like an old shroud or something like that. It has, I think that might have been chalk paint I was using. I don't know, I had a can of it, got it at the thrift store, probably wiped up my desk with some avocado dye, something like that. Maybe here's some other form of pink, maybe worn lipstick distress inker. I don't even remember, honestly. There's probably some coffee dye in there as well. But it just gets this old worldly, I don't know, shroud look, which I think is kind of cool and mysterious. Yeah, so that's that part of it. And some modeling paste. I like to use this one because you just squeeze out what you need at the bottom and close it up, and it's just easy. I don't have to scoop and get it all over the place. So I like this packaging. Okay, and then just any random stencil that you like that finds a, I don't know if these tulips and hearts are not that mysterious, but I'll get a go with it. Let's just see. And let me make sure it fits on the front. If it doesn't, I have to switch. Okay, well, yeah, I think it's going to be okay. So here's a book I just dug around in my collection of books. It's not an old book. It has a dust jacket on it. I'm going to take that off. We can use these for other things. Don't throw that out. I know, I'm causing your hoard to be bigger. So here's the book. It's a nice thickness already, so if I can preserve the spine, yay. If I can't, it's going to be okay because we can rebuild one. And I don't know what's going to happen at this point because we're going to do it together live on recorded TV here. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to break off the dull tip of my craft knife. And there is a little device down here that I still never had success with, but you can pull this off and somehow it helps you break off that piece. I have much more luck with my jewelry pliers. It's just faster, easier, cleaner. Okay, so you advance your craft knife, and then if you look on the end, there's little lines, like diagonal lines, so that you can break these off. So you grab it, and now I strongly recommend using safety goggles, glasses, or if at least close your eyes and look away when you do this part, because some metal could go flying. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, there we go. Okay, I have it. Now I'm going to put it in a safety place. That just went in my garbage. But it's not a bad idea to put a little tape around it and throw it in there, just in case somebody puts their hands in there to pull things out. Okay, you guys aren't children. You know what? You know. Just be careful with your stuff. Okay, let me back up. All right. Well, maybe you are children. Hello. That's okay. But just be careful with any sharp things that you put in, like broken glass, stuff like that. Now we are going to gut the book. Now this book, being a newer book, let's just check the date quick to see what newness we are actually dealing with. 94, so not that old. That to me means this entire text block could be glued to the back of the spine. And these are the books that they don't really want to open friendly for you, you know, because that's the downside of gluing the entire text block or the signature block to the back of the spine. You get like, no, the pages don't lay flat. You ever have one of those recipe books and you're like, wait, how many eggs? How much margarine? Yeah, like that. It's like that. Okay. But I'm not too worried if I goof it up. Probably didn't pay too much for the book, so I'm okay with that. And I know I can rebuild the spine if I goof it up. So here we go. You can separate some of this stuff so you can actually see where the best place to cut is. See, that's a better place to cut. Now, I'm going to stick my finger in here. Okay, so I do have some. There is a little space. I don't know if I can get my ruler down there, but I will try. And you are so close. I might have to do this off camera because you're like right there. Okay, this is too wide. You can take your bone folder, but this is called the backup. And just get in there and separate. Okay, it's really glued. Okay, so we might have to, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I told you you were close. I told you. Okay, I'm just gonna cut and see what happens. Okay, so let's see if you can see this. I'm just separating the signature block from the back spine as much as I can. I'm coming in here gingerly with my craft knife. Now, if you angle your craft knife towards the spine, you have a good chance of cutting your spine. If you angle it towards the text block, you have a good chance of maintaining your spine. And even if you cut a little tear or something, we're going to cover the spine anyway, so don't worry about it too much. Okay, so I'm trying to show you the best I can here. Okay, I'm going to do it not deep. Okay, if you want to go not as deep, retract your knife, and then you can't go as deep. Go slow, quietly, through the night, deftly you moved. All right, we've got that separated. Here's a little bit at the bottom. Okay, so far so good. And it's peeling, we'll take the peel. This is probably the hardest part of the whole project, just getting the guts out. And sometimes they come out right away. If it's an older book, no, they just like leap out of there because they're not attached to the back at all. Okay, where are we gonna go? We're gonna cut here. Are we? Let's open that page. Oh, come on. There's the nice separation. Sometimes you have to muddle with it a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I'm looking for. You don't always get this. Okay, just get rid of that. Now I'm down to this webbing. Can you see it's almost like a gauze or something? And I'm gonna get in there and try and separate it. Still glued. It's still glued to the back. Let me see if I can free it a little bit. Okay, freeing as much as I can. What happens is gonna be what happens. Okay, we're gonna go lightly. I'm very retracted with my craft knife. And just lightly. Okay, let's give it a little pull. Okay, see where it's still attached? Oh, I think I went through. Yep, see, there, that's how fast it happens. And I'm through. Don't worry about it, it's okay. So we're just gonna come in here. There. Now, if I would have angled more towards this, I wouldn't have that problem at all. But now I have that little issue. And that happens, and a lot. Can I just say a lot? And I'm just gonna shave that off. Little devil you. Okay, so this is free. We do not need to worry about this anymore. We can use that for other projects. And now we have this. Okay, so what do we actually have? Well, I can take this off. Okay, and just maybe you want to get rid of that, turn it like this, and then you, oop, almost cut myself. Go like that, and that'll deal with that. And you don't have any of that to worry about. Probably put another cut in there. Yeah, I did. It happens all the time, let me tell you. But it's okay, because we're going to rebuild. Yeah, and we don't have to rebuild the entire spine because it's still intact, which is good. Okay, so now we're going to decorate the inside another time, but we're going to focus on the outside and how to do this technique. So the first thing you want to do is realize what your front is. And if you need to put like a little star or something in case you forgot, it's okay. You can do that. That says that's your front. Okay, so now we have that. And now we're going to put this down. Here we go. And let's just put it where we might like it. Hang on. Okay, I came back with another stencil, putting you aside. I don't know, tulips and hearts just aren't doing it for me, but like roses, I could do roses. And I think roses can look spooky and suspenseful and intriguing if done right. So we'll see if we can do it right. Now, you can tape this down if you feel better about it. It's not necessary if you can just hold on to it. And this is where it's really helpful to have a little, you know, an old like faux plastic credit, something like that. It just makes it very easy to spread. So I'm going to use the other side here. Here's my modeling paste. Hopefully it's still functioning and moist. Okay, put some on there. Whoop. Get it on the top. It's like toothpaste. It comes out like toothpaste. Okay, so here's a good spot. I think that looks very, very, very good. Actually, you don't want to do it like that because I may cover the spine with something. Maybe not. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe I want to do it like that. Yeah, I think that's the best location. Okay, there we go. Ready? We're going to do this now. So I just have this on here, and you're just going to spackle it just like you would. And you can also, if you don't have modeling paste, you can use joint compound or spackle, something like that. Spackle might break a little bit, but joint compound should be pretty good. And we are going to cover this with material. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Just stay in the stencil. Get all the little areas. Okay, and it's okay if you go thicker than the stencil, because when you pull it up and off, it will create a thicker embossing of this image. It might be a little rough on the top, but that might be to your advantage. It might look cool. Okay, here we go. And now, okay, see, I've barely used any. I mean, I still have some extra. Just make sure I have enough. Might as well use it up. If I have it up there, I got some on there. That's okay, though, because we're going to cover that. Oh, I went through there. Yeah, see, that happens when you're talking, you're trying to talk to your sister on the phone while you're making the brownies, you know, and then, you know, you forget the eggs or something. That happens. Okay, here we go. And now we're going to lift it up. Oh, look at that. See, now I'm just going to remove that with my finger. I'm not worried about the color that it left, but I don't want any raised because I just don't. Okay, now, very important. Go and first close this, run and rinse this off, okay? You say, why? What's the emergency, Pam? Because that will dry on your stencil, and then you'll have a bumpy stencil, and it'll be much more less fun to play with. Also, if you want to reuse this, wipe the excess off now, and you'll have a nice clean thingy. I have a million of these, so I'm just gonna chuck it. Okay. And oh, look, I have water all over the place. That's not good. Okay. Because what we want to do is let this dry. So you can come here, and oh, hang on. Are we recording? Yes. Okay. I'm reaching down to get my little blow dryer, not blow dryer thing. You can't call it a blow dryer because everybody will get upset. It's a heat gun. It's an embossing gun. It has the world's don't get it in your stuff. It has the world's shortest cord. Okay. I'm going to now attempt to heat gun, which basically means this. Oh, it came undone again. Okay. I'm just going to wait for this to dry, and I'll be back. You can use this too. It'll expedite the process. It's handy to have a longer cord though. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, and I just blow dried this with, yes, a real blow dryer. And yes, you can blow dry this. Why? Because you're not blowing little particles of embossing powder in every direction all over your craft room. So great, strong, hot wind will work. It took me 5 minutes. I could also just let it air dry. See, it's dry, totally dry, totally dry. It's actually still warm from the blow dryer. But yeah, that was easy. So you don't need that little thing with the short cord. Forget this thing. Yeah, go sit over there and behave. Okay, so now there's not much of a raised, but it's raised enough. You know what I mean? Raised enough to take an imprint of itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to cover it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So you can just, whatever, doesn't matter, whatever corner you like. I'm going to maybe cut off the edges because I don't want to deal with the edges of this because they just get a little bumpy. You know what I mean? We don't need to deal with the bumpies if we don't have to. So let's get rid of those quickly. Couple little snips and then we tear. The stuff tears great. Like if you want like Zen tearing, go get some of this stuff. It's great. Yeah, it's just awesome. All right, there we go. Okay, and cut that off. And cut that off. Okay, so now I should have like a corner that's just like this, Okay, so now a couple of things. This still, even though it looks opaque, it might have some sheerness. So maybe I can see the gold through here on the writing, but I don't want to see that. Just take a piece of paper, any piece of paper, like a solid white piece of paper, and you just come along and you just glue that on there. That's right. And or if you want to use a burgundy piece of paper so it has the same color hue, that's fine. I'm probably going to do something to the spine with this one, so I think I am going to. I'm just going to glue it right on here. I really couldn't see it that much. It was just a smidge. No big deal. Okay, so now we're going to take the Fabrifix. Oh, I want to show you. Okay, I'm going to use Fabrifix because it's a clear silicone glue. I wanted to show you the bottle in case you're not familiar with it. clear silicone glue, fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, paper to paper. I'm going fabric to paper, basically. So I think it's going to work well. Okay, now you could probably use Mod Podge and other things here. I'm just going to use Fabrifix. Now, what I did was I took the Fabrifix out of this bottle because I wanted more of a fine point, and I transferred it into a Sugar Bells icing piping bottle, and I think most icing piping bottles will be just fine. And it has a very small metal tip, as you can see, so I can really distribute the glue directly where I want. So let's just take it. Okay, let's get a little closer. So I'm going to go ahead, get my glue going. Okay, once it's flowing, we should be okay. But I'm going to put it like in between, just because I want it to stick down in these little crevices. I'm just going to come along here. You could paint some glue here, but I know this is going to grab, and it'll, if you use a wet glue or something, it'll just take longer to dry. So there's nothing wrong with that. It'll just take a little longer to dry. And if you're like, you're cooking dinner, you got to get up, answer the phone, talk to the kids, and make sure everybody's okay, that's fine. Yeah, you don't have to use this one. I would make sure you go well around the perimeters. And you might get some bleed through when you push this down. We're going to finger smoosh a little bit just to settle it a little bit. But and there's 101 ways to do this. I want you to know this is only one way, and this is the first way I did it a long time ago. And I really like the result. I hope it comes out okay. And but I have done other ways, and I will eventually show you all the other ways too, because there's a lot of ways to expedite this that it doesn't take as long. And you're like, why aren't you showing us that one now? Because I want to take you through the options that you have, and I just really wanted to remember how to make this one, so there you go. So now I think I am going to just go ahead, put some glue. Let's go around the corners. And getting some glue down. You want to move a little fast here because you're talking about glue drying time now, okay? So you want to have it go around the edges. Can you see? Am I too close? Maybe I'm too close, huh? Okay. There we go. And go around the edges, spine. Go in these spine valleys here where the fold is. Go on that good. Yeah, get that good. And we're going to build up our spine a little bit on the inside. It's reinforced, so we're not going to have to worry about that gaping hole that I created, which happens all the time. Don't be forlorn. No forlorn. If that happens, there's ways around that. And then here. And okay, now we're going to move quickly, Pam. That's what you said, right? You said move quickly. Go and cross the meadows. There we go, back and forth. Okay. Now, there's nothing wrong with a good finger smoosh at this point. Now, this I laid down first, so I'm going to come and probably shouldn't have done that. Because I'm softening my edges. Yeah, probably shouldn't have. I'm just going to leave that be. I'm not doing anything with that. Nope. Leave it be. See, this glue does dry fast, so you want to get in here and do this. And we're just knocking down the big bubbly part, so there's not too many lumpies or anything. It's just going to give us enough good stick tack to get this down. All right, get in there, and we're going to put this right down. Okay, I have my edge. Get out of the way. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, it does not hurt. This is a little tip of the trade. Spritz your sheet with a little bit of dampness. Yeah, it's going to help it mold to the shape. And then you want to start spreading out. Okay, now we're going into the design, which has strangely vanished. I know, and this is where you get scared because you're like, I don't see anything. But then you start to see something, and you may not see anything, and just keep pushing it down, push it down, push it down. Push it down, push it down, push it down. There's glue in those crevices. I don't even know where my design is, but just push it down. Make sure you can get that. Make sure you don't have any wrinkles, unless you want wrinkles. Anybody want wrinkles? This might be where wrinkles are a good thing. Push, 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 push. Push, 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 push. Down, 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 down. Down, down. Can you start to see? I don't know if you can see it. Can you start to see that? There you can see. Look, see? Okay, so I'm going to come in even. I know this is crazy. A little more misting because that allows me to get into those crevices a little bit more. Not enough to soak it because you don't want to dissolve the modeling paste and that just be all for naught. You know what I mean? But just a little moistness. Okay, I said it again. Nobody's ever going to watch this video because I said that so many times. I'm sorry. If you get glue on the top, just try and roll it off with your finger. You can glue down edges and stuff more later, but we're focusing on this little design right here. We're doing a little bit of this. Maybe I'm too far away. I'm using a faraway camera. Okay. Using my phone to record. I always use my phone to record. Okay. And now you can actually test. It's a little wet. Let me just dry it off. Okay, which way? It was this way, right? Yeah, I think so. Was it? No, it was this way. Yeah. No? There's my flower. Okay, maybe I have to turn it over. Can't see it. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Pushing, push, 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 push. And then where's the down flower and the up flower? Okay. No, that's not the right flower. There. That's what you want. Now I can see my design. Okay, I can start to see it. Okay. Yeah, that's actually where it sat. You can actually use the stencil to help push down the design as well. If you want it to be a little bit more prominent. Nothing wrong with that. And okay, all right. You can also modeling paste your stencil right on the whole image right on the top of the material. That's an alternative method, which I did try after I did this, but I did like the way this came out because, I don't know, there was like a grungy, scary, atmospheric feel to it. Okay, you can barely see it, but it's there, boy. And the thing is, the person will feel it. When they feel the front of their book, they're going to feel the raised embossing, which is kind of cool. It is, it's kind of cool. Okay, so now we're going to take this. Is that the right way? You have to make sure you do it the right way and get it right where it was. Was that right? Okay, there. Try and put your stencil down right where it was. You should find its little happy home because there is a raisedness. Oop, it moved. There is a raisedness about it. There's my big rose. There's that little thing. There. I think it's there. All right, there we go. Now, you can let that totally dry. Get in there. And I've even come in here before with an embossing tool to get into the little crevices to get it even more in the little holes, but it's not necessary. Yeah. Okay. And I think I did that with that off of it, but I'm just going to leave this on now. But basically I came around and I followed the little divots and redrew the design. So what you can do now, if you want to make this image pop. Now I could do this many different ways. I could do white on there. I could do like a white acrylic. I could do gold. I could do black. Oh, okay, no, let's go. Let's maybe get some black. That might be scary. This old black paint might be scary. Hold on, let me get my paints organized. Okay, I just had this crazy idea. I was just looking around in my colors here. What's this, silver? Pavement? I mean, yeah, this is like old stuff. What if I just took my black inker and ran over the top? Would I get a black? Let me just try. There's no love lost here. It either works or it doesn't. And I think if anything, it's going to emphasize the roses. So we'll just try. So yeah, you can do acrylic paints. You could do watercolor paints. You could do gilding paste. Okay, yeah, so far so good. I have no idea. No, I don't know what it's going to look like. No, I don't know. I'm right here with you. This is all like happening. Okay. Okay, hopefully. There. Now, you could probably also do this, which would probably be a smarter thing when we're stenciling. Get one of these little doober-daubers. Let me find one. That one, my old friend, broken paddle brush, which I use for every color known to mankind. Don't move that stencil. Do this. Okay, no, first do this. This is black soot, regular distress ink, if anybody's wondering. And get some on there. Because this has the fine detail. It's just like, oh, where were you all my life? See, I don't know, can you see the difference? Let me bring you in close. Move the book slightly. Okay, this is the old way, and this is with this thing. Okay. Yeah, or just really get down into the design with this thing. Yeah, that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. Now, should we look at it? I want to look at it. Do you want to look at it? All right, I'm going to do a little more there. A little more there. I can see some areas. Maybe because it's damp, it's soaking it up or something. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I feel like I want to do more to it, but I don't know what yet. So let me back up, show you what we got so far, and we'll take it off. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah. Something about black roses. Mysterious. Spooky. That kind of thing. I like that. I really like that. So now I'm just going to tear this to shape. That's right, she said tear. I'm going to leave about a good inch so I have enough in case it tears on an angle, or you could just cut it, and maybe I'll just cut it because now if it tears on an angle, that would be a disaster. Okay, it's not going to tear on an angle, Pam. Just tear it. Okay, I'll tear it. You know, okay, I'm late. I like to tear better. Okay, so at least a good inch. Like give yourself a good 2 inches, 3 inches if you're scared, okay? Is it tearing on an angle? No, we're okay. Don't move that. It's not dry yet, Pam. I know, but I want to keep going. Okay, here we go. Okay, is it still staying down? It's still staying down. It's okay, Pam. All right, here we go. A good inch. I want a lot to play with. Okay, can you see that? No, let me back up. There we go. Okay, now we're just gonna tear it. Really hold on. Like don't. Oh. Not that way. What are you doing? That way, right? Okay. I think I have to cut this. This wants to weft or weave or something on me. So we're just going to come along here and cut this. Very easy to cut. Use your fabric scissors. Regular scissors will also cut this flour sack stuff. You don't have to use the flour sack stuff. You could use anything here. I'm just using it because I just want to make this spooky, mysterious thing. And I just think it looks really cool. So now... okay, I just noticed I have a hole. I have a hole here. So I can patch that. I can put a design there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a design there. That's what I'm going to do. I have a backup. Okay, we're not dead in the water yet. Hold on. Okay. I have this stencil, which I think looks kind of, not the Zen one, this bird image one, which I think will be cool over here. And I can just use part of it to cover the hole. And you know what? So I don't have any, maybe I should do the stencil. Nah, let's just cover it. That would be really cool. That little bird right there. Yeah, let's do that. Can you see that? No, you're too far away. Come here. Let me move my camera. Yeah. Okay, so there's the hole. Can you see it? It's close enough? Oh, it's like really close, really close. There's the hole. Down. It's the corner. Okay. I'm going to put this where I want it. I'm going to use like as much of the bird as I can to disguise my foible. And where's my... This is the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know, get yourself one of these if you haven't. I mean, no, like ask it for as a gift. Yes. Instead of... You know what I mean? We talked about this. The scented candle. You don't want the scented candle. You want this. This is what you want. Yeah. You let them know. Don't be shy. It's okay. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm going in and I'm coloring. I may need to reglue this. It looks a little loose. Okay, are you a little loose? Is that what the problem is? Yeah, you're like moving there. Okay, so I'm just coming in at this point with my glue. And I'm just going to reglue this area. Just give it a good little rundown of extra gluage so it doesn't run around. And we might need to do this with other sections here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, close that together. So I'm actually bringing the just the material together. I'm just closing the hole. There's no hole. What hole? What hole? Okay, and I can put this right over that again. And now if I keep rubbing right on the same spot, it might open the hole and I might have to go back in and glue it. But let me just get these other parts of it before I go and do that. All right. Okay, I'm gently. So ginger, strangely enough, can mean what is that, a rhizome, a root, a plant, a flower. It can mean somebody with red hair, and it can mean delicately, gently. Isn't it interesting how ginger has so many meanings? There's probably more. Anybody know any more meanings for ginger? Did I cover it? Okay, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. You know, maybe you don't even need the modeling paste. But let us just see back over here. And let me back up. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I mean, isn't that really, I don't know, it's just like mysterious and cool and awesome already. Back up more, okay. So you can see the whole book, that would be nice. Yeah, it's still a little damp. I don't want to, because it might smudge. So I'm letting that dry. There was not a lot of moisture over here, so that is dry. But I want to see, yes, you can feel there is embossing there. So that feels raised. So if somebody picks up the book and they're like, oh, what's that? Yeah, they're going to feel that. And here they'll be like, oh, nothing. Yeah, that's what it's going to be like. But that's okay, because sometimes when the book, you know, they're holding the book, or the book, the back cover is often more face down when you're reading a book. Okay, so are you dry enough to turn over? I think so. I think so. I'm going to go to the blow dryer. I'll be right back. Bone dry with the old blow dryer. Nothing wrong with a good blow dryer. This has sealed closed. Feeling very good about that. See? Very nice. Let's flip it over. Now, let me just check do I need to glue down anymore? Maybe. The glue is drying so fast that, and it's not that fast of a drying glue, but sometimes around the edges, it's just nice to go back in and make sure you have them all nicely down. So you just go back in there, and you just put a little extra glue, just so you know. See, yeah, look, what the heck is that? Okay, now see, I'm glad I checked. Because this had already pretty much dried on me. Because why? I was yapping and being, you know, having fun with you guys and talking. But there we go. It's down. It's fine. No problem. Very easy. Just checking the skirts. Everybody around here. Maybe you want to run a little bead. Little beady boo. This is just like extra foo-foo I'm doing. But if you do this right from the beginning, you don't even have to do any of this. Yep. Nope. So that doesn't even count. Yeah. There we go. All right. Yeah, very nice. I really like this. Now I want to make like 100 of these. They're so cool. I really love these. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, so flip it over. And this might be a little wide on this side, so maybe I'm just going to cut it. If I would have torn it in the beginning before I actually adhered it, then that would make more sense. But since I'm at this point in the game, I would recommend a good cut here. That way you know you're not going to go off in an angle. And I don't want you to experience angle on that, because it's like so disheartening when you're like, oh yeah, rip now, what? And then all of a sudden you've got nothing to wrap around with. Now, here we go. Here we go. There we go. All right. So, yeah, now I'm just going to grab my Fabrifix again. And this is the way I do it. Probably a little different than other people, but it works for me. And I never get a corner sticking out. So I do this. I just put my corner down. Nice little right angles work nicely. And this is actually a very thin fabric, so you're not going to have a hard time manipulating this fabric, and it shouldn't really bunch up on you. And you don't have to use this fabric. This was just what I had, and I like to use it, and I like the way it picks up the mysterious, suspenseful colors. And you could use muslin, you could use a thin, very thin canvas, something. Clothing, look at your clothing and see what would you have like a back of a shirt or something that nobody will notice is missing. You know, you got options. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the world. Here's the around the world glue glob, and it's a pretty fast process, very effective, and it pretty much covers you. Yeah, and then you're good. And then you come along and push up, push up, push up, push up. Push up. I'm not too worried about seep through. I'm not really see, there is a little seep through, but I'm going to cover some of that. And if you're worried about it, just do this. Just do the finger smoosh. That will knock down that glue bead, and it won't be as noticeable because it will blend in to itself. Yes. Okay, now if you top down, pull, give it some tautness. We like the tautness. Gives a nice snuggety buggety book look. Okay. And okay, and you can do this trick if you want. This works. We're gonna get that out of there. So we're gonna fold over, and that gives you a nice crisp edge with the material. And then again, nice crisp edge with the material. And then just give it some pulls, Make sure your corners are square, and you can reposition them a little bit. It's okay. Yeah, you have time. You do. And there we go. Okay, now I probably should have reinforced the spine, but I can still do it. I'm going to, no, okay. What I like to use, because I have full faith in it, is something called Tyvek tape. But if you don't have Tyvek tape, you can use masking tape. You can use duct tape. Those will work. You could probably use even a big fat washi tape will work. It's not as strong, but it will work in a pinch. Or just material. But I think it's a good idea to reinforce the spine. Yeah. Now, if you're unsure for any reason, your spine doesn't feel thick enough, you can always glue an extra piece of cardboard there, something like that. But I think this, let me see. You can be okay? Yeah, you're going to be fine. And this, they actually use to hold houses together on the outside, underneath the paint, of course. Are we still recording? Yes, okay. Okay, that. This is super strong stuff. Can we say super strong? This is super strong, super sticky. Like now that it's fallen back on itself, I'm gonna have to, okay, it's like, okay, it's like really strong. Yeah, and is it wide enough? Am I gonna cover everything I need to cover? Yeah, I think I am. Okay, going in, placing down, placing down. So the biggest thing is I want to have crossed over onto that book cover and crossed over onto this book cover and also in the center here, and then I am good. So let me just double check. I'm questioning this side. No, okay. You know, I'm unsure on this side. Let me show you a little closer. Did the tape go far enough? I don't know. I'm going to put a little more tape there, and it's okay. You can actually go ahead and put more tape there. It's okay. So whether it's masking tape or something, you can reinforce. You can put a bunch of layers there. It's fine. It's okay. And that's what's going down here right now. Okay. Again, trying to cut this. Oh, don't glue together. No. See, that's really hard when that happens. Yeah, you're like, that's not looking good. I say, oh, okay, we're good. All right, no, it's okay. Okay, all right. The biggest turn it over. The biggest downside with using this is it has the blue, and that might show through if you use a thin fabric or something underneath, but you can again come in with a neutral piece of paper and hide a lot of that. So if that's your concern, just do that. I am going to make some inserts to go here so the cover will be all nicey nice. And you can put, this kind of just fit perfectly. Okay, it would be nice if you were a little wider. You could have been a little wider, huh? You know what I'm saying? What, you know what's up? It's not going to really show here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little piece of fabric there. Hold on. Oh, you don't have to hold on. I have everything I need right here. I'm going to take this and glue it down here. It's not going to be quite wide enough to cover the spine, but what I'm actually going for is I'm trying to cover the blue dots, not reinforce the spine with this paper. So don't be worried about all that. No, it need not worry you. No, and you can use any glue here. It doesn't matter. Maybe I'll use Scotch Create glue stick because it's really easy to use here. It's not going to be bumpy or anything, so it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. My strength is from the Tyvek tape, or you can use, like I said, masking tape or utility tape, you know, duct tape, that kind of stuff, vent tape. I think duct tape was originally duct tape, but there was a brand that called it duct tape, like quack quack duct tape. So that's why we have that. Yeah, that's why we live with that to this day. Everybody calls it duct tape, quack quack. Okay, so now I think I'm just going to put, you know, I have this beautiful fabric. It doesn't have to be this fabric, but I have this beautiful fabric. So are you wide enough? You could be wide enough. Which way are you going to tear? All right, let me tear a piece off that is of the correct width. And we are going to avoid measuring at all costs. At all costs. Okay, we have a nice tear line. Yeah, that looks nice. It doesn't really matter at this point, just as long as it's wide enough to cover all my bluage. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. All right, long enough. We don't need you. Oh, wait, what? They're not. Okay, we're wrapping it up soon, wrapping it up soon. Okay, here we go. But not yet. We got to do the inside covers. Okay. I just wanted you to see how to do a cover. Just maybe, you know, using some different things, getting a different look. A little mystery look going on. maybe using some different products to get different feels. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to come along here, and this works for light. This is a permanent glue stick as opposed to a washable, safe, non-toxic glue stick, which is not super strong, but certainly functional for many things. But if you want a really strong glue stick, consider a stronger glue stick, one that's permanent. They feel a little different, so you gotta like the feel. I know, I've heard, I like the feel, it's too gooey. I like it because it grabs, it gets the job done, you know what I mean? And we just want to get the job done because we want to get on to decorating and doing fun. This is decorating. We are having fun. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, here we go. All right, it's probably a little wide, didn't need it that wide. That's okay, that doesn't matter. Why doesn't anything matter, Pam? Some things should matter. Don't you think some things should matter? Sonny, we're going to have a talk about that later. We're going to have maybe have a pup date about that. I think that will be your pup date of the day. Why does so much not matter? Oh, there's, oh, what? I try and put these cool quotes on my board. Let's see if I can read one. It's something about, oh yeah, you cannot overestimate the unimportance of practically everything, said John Maxwell. Thank you, John Maxwell. You put it all in perspective. There we go. And, okay. There we go. All right. Okay. So now we just have those two thingies. All right. Hang on. I think I'm going to, am I rolling? Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to come in here and maybe glue these loosey-gooseys that are here just so they lay flat. So when I'm applying the thing on top, everybody is in their little happy flat place. Yeah. Yeah. Flatty, flat, flat. There you get in there and be flat. Yeah. Flat, flat, flat. And I don't mind a little bulk or bunch up around the corners. If you don't like that, then just do that where you know, you like cut it off like that. But just watch out, you may leave enough to cover your edge, or you're going to have little bald pokey points sticking out. That was my thing. You know how it is that everybody can do a cartwheel except you, and you know how you can see it's humanly possible, but you can't do it, and you don't know why, and you tried and you practiced, and this was my entire history of growing up. Yeah, the kid that couldn't ever do the cartwheel, yeah, stood there in line at the high school cheerleader tryouts, and everybody was doing these cartwheels, and they had routines and stuff. I didn't have a routine. I was just standing there like a dope on the side going, oh, this sounds like fun. I immediately saw everybody doing cartwheels, and let me just tell you, I just spun around on my heels and hauled out of there as fast as I could. Yes. Yeah, still can't do a cartwheel. Okay. Hang on, let me go get the thingies. Okay, I have some, what I think is newsprint. It also kind of feels like parchment, but I'm going to say it's, what is it? Oh, here we go. It's a drawing tablet of lightweight paper, medium tooth, 12 by 9, 50 sheets. This was apparently $1 wherever I found it. So I'm going to take a couple of these sheets. It has a really neat feel to it. Kind of that old world sort of feel. And I think what I'm going to do, what am I going to do here? Okay, I have an idea. I fold it in half. I've got plenty to make this. That's going to give me enough thickness. I could wrap this around some chipboard, but I've got such a thick book cover, I don't need that for thickness and structure. I just need to pretty this up a little bit. So what I think I'm going to do is take both of these and fold them in half. Fold it at the right same place. Okay, and then we're going to measure them together. All right. Where do we want you to lie? Where do we want you to lie, you mysterious book, you? You don't want to be into the fold. You want to be this way of the fold. So you have to look to see where your book folds. Check to see where your book folds, okay? And then put it where you want it. This angle, make it look good there, okay? Got about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And then decide, feel, go in there and feel, bring it in like a good 1/4 of an inch from the edge. Okay. And that's good. Now let's do a quarter, can you see? Nope. 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. Okay, so I see the bottom of my book. I'm going up 1/4 of an inch, and I'm making a mark. Now I'm going to go cut this. I'll just stay here and cut this. I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. There. I would probably cut this on my guillotine cutter if you guys weren't here, but since you're here, I'm looking for my ruler. Here it is. I'm using my craft mat to square it up, seeing where my dotty is. I'm going to come over that far from this line. Same distance. Okay, eyeball. Craft knife. Oh, there you are. I see. Craft knife. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it this way. Square it up so I know I have right angles. And life is good. There's my little dotty. It's about 1/4 of an inch from that line. So I'll do 1/4 of an inch from the line at the bottom. I'm following this line here. And then, but I'm going to cut 1/4 of an inch to the left of that line on the top and the bottom. Yeah, that looks good. So what I ended up with, I gotta talk faster. Just these. And I'm just going to, I know, call me, okay. I'm going to sew these. I'm going to sew around, hold on. Okay, so I have sewn these, and I want you to know that because I was going for the grungy, rustic, distressed look, this was entirely planned. This is zigzag, that looks weird, okay? And that's not true. It wasn't entirely planned. This is what happened. I'm sure my tension is off, but I think it goes with the style of the book, so I'm going to consider this a happy little accident, I think. And I'm almost done that spool of thread, and I just want to honor it and use it up to its full embodiment. Here we are going to now place these down. It's going to look, okay, back up, Pammy, you'll be next. See? Okay, but before we do that, I'm just going to do something. I just want to do a little decoration, and I thought it would be fun just to use the same elements. So maybe this time in front, because we have rows on the front, maybe I want to do a little birdage. Doing a little birdage. Okay, maybe that coming across the top. That's kind of cool. All right, let me get my, where is it? Oh, Nelly, here. Oh, everything is right here. It's right here. I know you were worried. It's okay, though. Put it in the right spot. Okay, there we go. And black soot, inking. And who do we want? We want you. The black. Now that's brown thread with black, so I think that's going to be a nice, you know, mysterious, rustic, you know, that kind of thing. It's going to look good. Yeah, okay, that moved. Okay. You can tape these down if you feel better about it. Yeah, it's all right. Okay. I'm actually okay with it like that. I'm going to just put a little more. What the heck? This is really pretty, so we'll just use it. Right? Right? And I'll probably do a pocket or something, but that'll be okay. I'll do that later. But just give it a little something. You know, it doesn't have to have anything, really. It doesn't. Oh, that's pretty. It's not just pretty. It's pretty. I know. Oh, pshaw. It's okay. No, you don't. Okay. And I thought maybe I'd do something with the roses in the back. Maybe not all of them, but maybe this guy in the corner. That might look pretty. Let's try that. Okay, we'll just do a little rose emphasis. Here we go. There. Okay. There we go. The old mysterious black rose there. Yeah. We need something at the top. I can see it. Oh my gosh, we're going to go way too long. Okay, I have to cut it. Okay, hold on. Pause. Okay, put a little more down. Now I'm going to glue these in. They're pretty easy to glue in. And having the thread gives something even more for the glue to grab onto, which increases the thickness or the structure, the stability of this entire piece. Just a little bit down here. And there we go. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, give it a good smush down. We'll push on that in a minute. But, so, if you don't know, I have a free gift with purchase. If you buy a FUNDLE, you get a free gift with that. It's a 5-page printed on lightweight cardstock Digikit, which are, this particular one is called Fantastical Victorian Times, which is a beautiful collection of vintage Victorian images. And in this collection, the specific Digikit will never be available in my Etsy shop to buy. It is only with this special. I know. But that makes it a little unique and special. Okay, there you go. So we have that. We have that. Our book is in play. I can feel the, what is that? I can feel the embossing under here. So that's a nice feel. I have a little bit of extra there. And there you go. So there is a fun little book cover idea that you can do with very easily with stencils and modeling paste. And what else? Some dye. Hold on.
I'm scared, Mom. There's a scary book behind me. Okay, everybody, this gotta be quick. I only have one. I don't even have a minute. Okay. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, sign up because you get a free digital image emailed to you every month and a whole bunch of other really cool stuff. My videos, Mom's videos, come out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. A podcast come out Tuesday and Thursday. And new audio material. Hey, if you like the phrase create with reckless abandon, or everything is a craft supply until proven otherwise, maybe you'd like to get a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or some cool stuff for your friends or your family, or maybe even you. And remember, okay, you take it away from here, Mom.
Fun can be simple.
Oh, yes, it can.
And create with reckless abandon.
Yes, do it, everybody. Love y'all. Bye.
Okay.